I don't know, maybe it is a generational curse that you need to handle, that you need to pray against, that you need to scatter.
Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is your favorite girl in the building, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Growing and Glowing with me. So today, guys, I have a video about possible reasons why your hair may not be growing. So I know a lot of people have been asking me how I managed to keep healthy hair, how it has grown, how it has grown in length as well as volume. I just want to say that I don't have the world's perfect hair, but I can say that ever since I transitioned into having natural hair that I've observed, I've seen many things, and so that's what I'm really telling you about, the things that you should be aware of and the things that you should be considering in your natural hair journey. I've written some stuff down because, I'm not here to play, y'all, you know what I'm saying? So I've got 9 things that I've written down here, and I hope that these will help you out. I'm actually sure that it is going to help you out in some point, in some way or the other. So yeah. Okay, so then the first thing that I'm going to ask you is, are you deep conditioning your hair? I deep condition my hair once a week, and I have my wash days every 2 weeks, and then I co-wash in between. Deep conditioning is so important because it really helps with retaining moisture, keeping your hair making your hair look healthy, and so I really think you should try it out. So I deep condition my hair on Monday nights because my wash days are on Tuesdays. So when I leave it overnight, it does extra things, it really does the things. It doesn't really matter what deep conditioner you use. I've tried Auntie Jackie's and Cantu, and they both work for me. With my deep conditioners, I add an essential oil and I use grapeseed oil because I know that when I leave it overnight, my scalp tends to get dry and flaky. So using an essential oil stops with the dryness and itchiness, and it also adds moisture to the deep conditioner. I think I've said this so many times, even on my Instagram, that deep conditioning is literally the secret, and is one of the things that I observed in my natural hair journey that actually made such a huge impact and a difference in my natural hair. Just take my word for it, guys, and believe me, just buy a deep conditioner, try this routine, and I'm pretty sure that it is going to work for you. The second thing that I'm going to ask you is, are you shampooing your hair too often? Shampooing your hair more than once a week is bad because your hair produces natural oils that is needed for your hair. So then if you're always washing your hair, then you're stripping your hair of its natural oils. And that's a bad idea, guys, because your hair actually needs those oils. So then if you're always washing your hair, then, it's destroying your hair. And that's maybe one of the reasons why your hair may not be growing. So even like right now, I have my protective styling. I still manage to shampoo my hair at least once a week, just my scalp, because of product build up, because even when I have my protective styling, I still manage to moisturize my hair and oil my scalp and stuff. So if I don't wash my hair, then it's going to be product build up, and when I finally or eventually take off these braids, then you just find that my hair is so dirty, and I just feel like I lose a lot of hair in that way. Instead of just washing my hair with my protective styling, I feel that it's better that way, and also makes your braids smell nice. Another thing that you should watch out for is buying sulfate shampoos, sulfate conditioners, or anything with products that have sulfate in it, because I know that with my hair, when I use anything that has sulfate in it, my hair it seems like my hair is shedding, or it seems like my hair is falling off. I don't know why, but I know with my friend, she also has similar hair as mine, so she doesn't really have issues with sulfate shampoos or sulfate products. So with this one, I think you should just see what works for you and see which one is suitable for your hair. Okay, so the third thing is, are you trimming your hair? And if you are you trimming your hair too often? Because I know some people who trim their hair literally every 3 months, and honestly, guys, I wouldn't do that because your hair only grows a certain length a year. So then if you're always trimming your hair, then your hair is just not going to grow. It's just going to stay at that length because you're forever trimming it. And if you aren't trimming your hair, then I suggest that you do, because your hair gets split ends, and once you have split ends, then your hair gets it starts splitting, it starts breaking. It's very important for you to trim your hair, because once your hair starts splitting, it splits to your scalp, and then your hair is just always breaking, and that is why your hair is not growing. Well, I trim my hair every 6 months, and I trim off about 1 centimeter of my hair. Another thing to observe, guys, if you're also dyeing your hair a lot, that is also a problem, because I remember I dyed my hair once, and that was in 2017. I dyed my hair, and I felt that towards the end of the year, like my hair became very dry and brittle. I know with when you dye your hair, you are supposed to take extra care of your hair because it's dyed, but then I had to end up cutting off my dyed parts because it was just damaging my hair. So, and that's I only dyed my hair once that year. So if you're forever dyeing your hair, then your ends, guys, you need to really take care of them. Like, you need to pay special attention, and you need to give some TLC, you know, to your ends, so that your hair doesn't end up breaking, and so that your hair can end up growing. So this next point is, are you protective styling? Like, even when you sleep in winter, are you protective styling? Are you making sure that your hair is tied up? And, you know, are you protective styling? Like, are you really, like, really? Protective styling, guys, is so important. I remember before I knew about protective styling, when I was younger, I used to just sleep with my hair on the pillow and not protect my hair. So every time I would wake up, my hair would be like really flat here, and then in front it's like long, you know, like Johnny Bravo vibes. And you know, like people will say your hair was eaten. So protective styling really avoids all those things. Section your hair, it's actually a way of protecting your hair. So when you section your hair maybe into 4s, and then you just like braid like 2 or like 1 2 3 1 2 3, just something simple, so that when you want to style your hair in the morning, it's just easy for you to take out. So protective styling, guys, is something that I really suggest when you sleep, and also protective styling in winter. So this is my protective styling for winter. I really feel like my hair in winter gets dry. Well, everyone's hair gets dry, but then mine just gets really dry, and I feel like it's shrinking. So just keeping my hair like this in a stretched form, it puts me at ease, honestly. Okay, guys, so I know with some people, like, their hair gets really dry in winter, and that's normal, it's okay. And that is why you need to have protective styling, so that your hair doesn't shrink or doesn't break off. And it's also very important for you to moisturize your hair, even if it's in its protective styling. I also believe in overprotective styling. I know some people who literally have braids year in, year out, and they don't really give their hair a chance to breathe. But then I just want to clarify something. When I say protective styling when you sleep overnight, that's when you have your natural hair. But you don't need to protect your hair when you're sleeping when you have braids or extensions, because it's already in its protective styling. So when I say overprotective styling, I mean people who are always using extensions after extensions. Like, let's say I have braids now, then when I take these off, then a day later I already have braids again, or I have cornrows with extensions. That's overprotective styling. You're not giving your hair a chance to breathe. You're not giving your scalp a chance to relax. And so this leads me to my next point: your hairstyles, heat, braids, your edges, and your scalp. And I've already mentioned most of this in my previous point, but you really need to be careful of the hairstyles that you do. Like, what is your hairstylist doing to your hair? How is she braiding your hair? Is she braiding it using your edges, and she's like pulling it, causing tension to your edges, and that's why maybe you don't have edges? She's causing tension to your scalp. She's pulling you too hard, and she's always maybe blowing out your hair. If that's the case, guys, then you should change your hairstylist, because that is terrible. Your hair is not going to grow, guys. If you're using too much heat, your hair is not going to grow. Like, I know some people want to straighten their hair when they have natural hair, and that's okay, but I feel like if you're really straightening your hair, then you should do it at least twice a year, and that is it. The same goes for blow drying as well. With blow drying, only blow dry your hair when it's necessary. So before I did these braids, I had to blow out my hair, and literally before I had to blow out my hair, like now before these braids, I literally stayed about 4 to 5 months without blowing out my hair. Guys, heat causes a lot of damage to your hair, and it's very important for you to use minimal heat whenever, you know, you're trying to do something. And if you want to blow out your hair or straighten your hair, make sure that you use a heat protector. And this 6th point is the most important point out of all of the points that I have. So, are you moisturizing and are you sealing your hair? So I use the LCO method because I believe that an oil should seal everything in. And those of you who are using lock methods, okay, you know, if it works for you, then just do whatever works for you. But I just really believe that an oil should seal everything in. So I don't necessarily use the cream part of the LCO. I just use the cream when I feel like it, because I believe that my liquid and my oils are enough for my LCO. For my liquid, I use Pearl Tussi's Afro Botanics hair chews, and then as a sealant as an oil, I use argan oil. So you can use any oil of your choice. You can use coconut oil, olive oil, jojoba oil, any oil that is suitable for you. Okay, this is just a side note now. Jamaican oil is very good for your hair. I can say that is honestly the one product that made my hair grow in volume when I was observing. So remember I told you that last year I observed that deep conditioner was one thing that really made a difference to my hair. And so the second thing is Jamaican oil. Like, if you really want to have volume, you know, my hair used to be very thin, guys. Honestly, my hair used to be so thin. Even when I had relaxed hair, my hair was thin as well. But when I transitioned to having natural hair, my hair was also thin. So using Jamaican oil really made a difference. The thing is, with Jamaican oil, you can't just use it on its own because it's quite thick and it's very heavy for your hair. If you want to use it raw, then I think you should just use it on your scalp rather than just putting it on your strands, because it can be heavy for your strands. But if you want to use it for your strands, then you should dilute it with a lighter oil so that it's more liquidy. So using an LCO method or a lock method really helps with retaining moisture. And even now that I have my braids on, I still manage to moisturize my hair, or moisturize my scalp and my hair, because I know that, you know, this part of your hair, well, the ends of your hair are the oldest parts of your hair. It's very important for you to always make sure that they're moisturized. And yeah, so it doesn't mean that when you have protective styling that you should neglect your hair, but you should make sure that you're always moisturizing it and sealing. So if you have braids like this, or if you have cornrows, then you should have a spray bottle. And regardless of whether you have a protective styling or not, you should, as a natural hair stylist or as a natural hair person, you should be having a spray bottle. Spray bottles literally save our lives with this natural hair. This is my spray bottle. So in here there's water. Most of it is water. I think about like 70% of this is water. And I put my deep conditioner, just a few drops. I put my deep conditioner, argan oil, grapeseed oil, jojoba oil, and olive oil. So, oh yeah, and lavender oil as well. So this is what I use. If I don't have time like to actually put hair food in my hair, then I just spray this. I use this every day because I know that I have a dry scalp. If you have natural hair, it's very important for you to cover your hair when you sleep. So after doing your protective styling, then it's very important for you to use a satin bonnet. So this is my satin bonnet, but I haven't used it now because I have my braids. So a satin bonnet, guys, really helps with retaining moisture. With this one, the oil that is in your hair doesn't go onto this. But if you're using anything cotton, guys, that is destructive. It's literally destructive. You should change from it. And even if it seems like such a minor thing or small thing, I promise you it is going to make a difference in your hair. So the seventh thing is use products that are meant for your hair. So the first thing that you need to discover is, what type of hair do you have? I know that I have 4B hair, so I use products that are meant for 4B hair. If you've watched a lot of people whose hair types are, let's say, type 3 or 4C, and your hair type is not the same as that person, you can follow their routine or their regimen, but you shouldn't be using the products that they use because it won't work for your hair. So the first thing to discover is, what hair type are you? And find people whose hair type is the same as yours, and then you can use products that are meant for your hair, and that is how your hair can grow. No one told me this when I started my natural hair journey, and that is why it took me a much longer time to arrive to where I am today. The eighth thing is scalp massages. I know this sounds very silly, but trust me, guys, scalp massages really do the things. So this is my thing, and I got this from Clicks, if I'm not mistaken, or Diskim. And so when I deep condition my hair on Monday nights, I just do this, and then it's just so good and it's so nice. And whilst you're enjoying it, it also gets the blood flow and it gives it a push in making your hair grow. So the last one, but not the least, is genetics. So guys, when people speak about this, I don't really think that your genetics really plays a role in this. I think your genetics literally play 1%. And it's not really a big deal. Rather, if I don't know, it doesn't really make a huge impact in your hair. If you're coming from a family whose hair is a bit on the struggling side, then
I don't know, maybe it is a generational curse that you need to handle, that you need to pray against, that you need to scatter.
you know. So it's not really a train smash though, honestly. You need to work, guys. You need to work, because there's no such thing as you have good hair or your family has good hair and then you've arrived already. Like, there's no such thing. You need to work hard, you need to follow a routine, you need to be consistent. In conclusion, growing your hair shouldn't be as difficult as people make it to be, or it shouldn't be as frustrating or annoying, and it shouldn't be like an not that again sort of thing. All I can say is that, guys, with the natural hair journey, it is a trial and error thing. You don't just arrive. You have to figure out a lot of things before your hair starts growing. And the most important thing, guys, out of all of this is that find out what type of hair that you have. Then you can start venturing into that. Just follow a routine, be consistent, be patient, don't give up, guys, and just follow the steps that I've given you, and I'm pretty sure that it is going to make a difference in your hair, guys. And also, another thing I want to say is that don't fuss over your hair. Do what you need to do and leave it. Less is more with natural hair. And lastly, your natural hair is your crown. It is your crown, guys, and that is why I get so excited when I talk about hair, because it is your crown and it is your glory. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning into Growing and Glowing with me, and I will see you next time on my other videos. Bye.